Hello, beautiful people, and welcome to this Pokémon Emerald Randomizer Nuzlocke. I am Uncle Fidget, and for those of you who are not aware of what a Nuzlocke is, let me go over the rules very quickly for you. First, I can only catch the first Pokémon on every route. We're going to be starting a new game. If I knock that Pokémon out, or fail to catch it, I do not get a Pokémon for that route at all. Number 2. Every Pokemon I catch, I must nickname. This is imperative to ensure that rule number 3 is made all the worse. For, you see, rule number 3 is whenever a Pokemon is knocked out or fainted, it is dead. And I cannot use that Pokemon for the rest of the game. I will be putting them into the grave box, and that is where they will stay. This is also a randomizer, which means everything from my starter to the Elite Fours team will be completely randomized. That includes all the Pokemon on every route, all the Pokemon owned by the gym leaders, all the Pokemon owned by every random trainer will be randomly generated. Of course, this is Generation 3. We won't be seeing anything above Generation 3. Those are the most basic rules of this. I am going to be a boy, and my name is Fidget. Glad you could join me on this one today. I have done a number of Nuzlockes before. I have yet to complete one, however. Not because of the difficulty, although these can be somewhat difficult. It's more so that I just haven't had the heart to complete it. I lose one or two of my favorites and just get too disheartened. So hopefully this time, bringing you along with me, we can face this turmoil together and succeed in becoming the #1 Pokemon trainer in all of Hoenn. We will beat the Elite Four and then on to Steven. So, wish us luck as we jump out the back of the truck! Because our mother did not deem it fit to take us with her when she rushed on ahead. Here she is! I shall not be reading the dialogue, unfortunately. For any of you who have not played the game before, go play it. It is a fun game. You will enjoy yourself. To be fair, it's not like I've ever read the dialogue in a Pokemon game. Even when I was younger, I think my first playthrough of Red, I never read the dialogue. And it's just something I've kind of stuck with ever since. Which is not always the brightest idea when you're playing an RPG game, because the dialogue is kind of how they tell you where to go and what to do. So sometimes, if it's your first playthrough, I would recommend reading it, but I'm not going to for today. Oh, I've gone too far. It's not quite that late yet. It's about 10:30 in the evening. Thank you very much, Mother. There you go. I have set my clock that I will never see again, because once I leave home, I'm not coming back! Let's go over a couple of the other quick rules for you. What happens if our team is wiped out and we white out and end up at the Pokemon Center? That will not necessarily end our run, okay? As long as we have Pokemon in the PC that we can withdraw, we will continue playing. If we completely white out and we do lose all of our Pokemon, I will restart and go again until we reach Flannery, at which point we've invested way too much time and I'm not starting again. Okay? We will be playing by Shiny Claus. If I run into a shiny Pokemon, it's unlikely, but if that happens, I will try and catch it. The items scattered around the region are completely randomized as well, so I'm not entirely sure what we'll pick up along the way. Other small things is I've randomized the trainer classes and names just for a little bit more fun, and I've updated the moves damage to Generation 6, which basically means that Leech Life is more powerful. Because, you know, why not? Anyway, let's go save Professor Birch from a Zigzagoon, one of the most knowledgeable people about all of Pokemon in the entire region, and doesn't know how to deal with a Zigzagoon. See, at least in Ruby and Sapphire, it was a Poochyena, and that was a little bit more reasonable. Okay, let's see what we're gonna get. So we have a Zangoose. Let's It's not great. Silcoon, that's even worse. And a Dusclops. I don't no, there's no Dusknoir in this game either. So that will stay a Dusclops. That will stay as a Zangoose. Oh, this is not good. Okay. I'm stuck between Zangoose and Dusclops. Zangoose, I think, has sort of more attack, but Dusclops is less likely to be hit by... Well, I was going to say by the stuff on the early routes, but we don't know what we'll run into on the early routes. Okay, we're going to go Zangoose. I think I'm going to play with Zangoose. It's not the greatest choice for a starter, but... Hey, you know? He's our boy. Let's see what... She's our girl. Sorry, do apologize. Sorry, my lady. There you go. Strong enough to kill the Zigzagoon in one hit, so that's a good start. We will check the stats very, very quickly in a second. And then we will see quite how good or bad our Zangoose, I was going to call it a Zigzagoon. We'll see how good or bad our Zangoose is going to be. This does mean that May is going to have a Silcoon for our first battle, so that's nice and easy. Nickname! Yes, we must nickname you. We're going to call you Jasper. So for this run, I'm going to be naming all of my Pokemon after minerals. I think having a theme is going to make coming up with a nickname a lot easier. Rather than sitting here for 20 minutes trying to think of a name. Because these episodes are only going to be about 25 minutes long, and that's already long enough. Very little can get done in a Pokemon game in 25 minutes. So spending too long coming up with nicknames seems like a waste of time. So our Nuzlocke won't start until we have our first Pokeballs. So whatever we run into on this route doesn't matter just yet. Okay? But in the future, this would have been what we'd have to catch. Okay? So a Tauros is not bad. Are you going to have Intimidate? You are. Okay. That's not great. Oh, I meant to check the stats, didn't I? I keep doing that. Okay. Tackle. Okay, so we're doing about the same damage to each other. That's fine. Don't crit me. Yes! Tauros is down. You're going to gain enough XP to go up? No? Okay, we'll go heal up in the Pokemon Center. We'll probably have another fight before we go and see May. Level up and then take out her Silcoon. Now May's going to be stuck with that Silcoon for the rest of the game. It will evolve into a Beautyfly. Yes. Cascoon evolves into Dustox. Silcoon evolves into Beautyfly. So it might evolve into a Beautyfly. Yeah, more than likely. She'll get it past level 10, obviously. So she'll have a Beautyfly at some point in her team. But she will be stuck with that for the rest of the game. Of course, it doesn't usually matter all that much, because May is one of the trainers you fight the least in all of the Pokemon games. At least I think. I mean, it depends what you class as a rival, because if you're including things like Tierno as a rival, then you would fight him less, I think. But I think Callum and Jen... Oh, a Larvitar! See? See, now a Larvitar would be awesome to catch. But yeah, Callum's definitely your rival in Gen 6, and you fight him more than you fight May. Bite, how much are you doing? You're doing... Okay, we might... I'll tell you what. Oh, no. I was going to say we'll go heal up, but it's a Silcoon. I'm not scared of a Silcoon. It's fine. It is fine. Do not fear the Silcoon. And once we've done this, we can we can get our Pokeballs, come up onto these first 2 or 3 routes, and start building out our team. Yes. Alright, May. Now that you've been all annoyed because I touched your balls, let me kick your butt! There you go, Silcoon, as predicted. Now, is it just going to have Harden, Oh, crit. Yep, there you go. There you go, that was nice and easy. And this is the thing, with randomizers, you can come up against some really easy fights, and you can come up to some really, really hard fights. I think I did a little test run of this yesterday, and I wiped out before even reaching the second town because one of the trainers had a Venusaur, and I just had no way through it. And that was it. That was the end of that run. So, we have to kind of hope. We have to have hope. We have to have faith that we can make it through, and that our Jasper here will stay alive for us. It's highly upsetting when you lose your Pokemon. I mean, you do get a sense of attachment to these guys. Oh, so let's hope they stay alive. The other thing I'll say as well is we won't run into any legendaries on any of the routes or for the Pokemon trainers. The reason for that is, again, I've played a couple of Nuzlockes before, and what usually happens is either on like the first or the second route, I run into Registeel, and it blows up, and that ends my run there and then. So I'm sick of that happening. So I'm not playing with legendaries on anymore. They will be in place of the static legendaries. So when we come across Rayquaza, it will be replaced by another legendary randomly. But there won't be any just in the grass. This also means that we won't have a legendary throughout our playthrough, making it too easy. Because what's the point in playing with more difficult rules and then making it easy for yourself by playing with a legendary? I never play with a legendary in a normal playthrough. I catch them and put them in the box immediately. Yeah. So, legendaries are off. Okay, we've now got 5 Pokeballs. Mother's going to give me my shoes. Why I didn't leave the house with them in the first place, I don't know. I am my father's child. I'm about to leave home and never come back. Just like Dad did. Oh dear. This is still, to date, the only Pokemon game where you have a father. I find that somewhat amusing. I think that's I may be saying this wrong, but I think that's a Japanese thing to only have one parent in your shows and games. It's also a Disney thing, if you think about it. You only ever find Disney shows and films with one parent in them. Anyway. Nevertheless, let's go find out what our first team member is going to be! Okay! A Lairon. I'm not going to do any damage to this. Mud Slap, what are you doing? Critical hit did 5. You're lowering my accuracy. Okay, there's no point trying to weaken it. Let's just throw some Pokeballs at it and hope for the best. Okay, you gotta mash B with me, people. When we try and catch something, you've gotta mash B. If you're not mashing B, we won't catch it. You weren't listening, were you? Okay. I'm gonna try this again. So we've only got 5 chances to try and catch this. And Lairon has not got the highest catch rate in the world. And we're not even getting a wiggle. Come on, Lairon! Okay, I think we can take another one of those, critical or not. Come on, be good to me. 1. Stop it! Lairon, get in the ball! Oh, it was doing 5 with a critical, wasn't it? So I think I can take another hit regardless of whether it's a critical or not. So I'm just going to throw the last Pokeball and then run if we don't catch it. Oh, this is not a good start. Come on. Get in the ball. Stay 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 in the ball. 1. Nope. Okay. That's a poor start. That's not the greatest start. So what that means is we now don't get a Pokemon for this entire route here. Okay. Oh, we wasted 5 Pokeballs, which is not great because we don't have a whole lot of money at the beginning, and my hair is getting all in my face. This is what I'm starting to call my lockdown mane. I needed a haircut before we went into lockdown 2 months ago, and as you can imagine, it hasn't got any better. Okay, let's go to the mart. We'll buy 10 Pokeballs, I think. Oh god, we haven't got a lot of money at all. Okay, 10 Pokeballs. And then we'll buy 3 potions. 3 potions and an antidote for the time being. Yep, that sounds reasonable. That seems okay. Let's go see if we can catch anything on this route. Backwards, forwards, come on. What have we got? Another, okay, Sudowoodo. Okay. We're again not going to be able to do any damage to it. Alright, that's a little bit better. Mimic. Okay, Sudowoodo now learns Scratch. Yeah, not very effective. At least we can do some damage. You know, the Lairon was a lot worse. I think you can take another hit. No, we'll just throw a Pokeball at it. Why not? Do you know what? Sudowoodo, you're special. You get a Premier Ball. We'll use the freebie on you. Mash B, people. Mash B. 1, 2, 3. I thought we had it. I thought we had it. Come on, Sudowoodo. Stay in the vault. Mashing. Mashing. Mash it like a potato. This is not a good start to this run. Sudowoodo, if you could stay in the tree, that would... Stay in the tree? You look like a tree. Stay in the vault. Okay, we're gonna... We'll use one more scratch on you. Don't crit. Don't... Okay. Oh, it does rock throw. That will be super handy if we can catch you then. Mash it, mash it, mash it, mash it, mash it, mash it. Come on, Sudowoodo! Stay in the ball! One more and then we'll have to potion up because this is getting a little ridiculous. 1, 2, 3, stay. Just come on. Okay. Okay, that's it. We've got our first new member of our team. Sudowoodo. And we're gonna call you Silcoon. Yes. That makes sense to me. Okay, let's go heal up. Okay, run away from this, because we're very close to death right now. Run away! I think what we'll do is we'll heal up, we'll go see if we can catch our third team member, and then that will probably... Oh no, we've got time. No, we haven't. We'll go catch our third team member, hopefully, and then we'll probably end the first episode there. Alright? Let's go see what we can find on the next route. Oh, I do love the music in Emerald. It's so good. Who have we got? Who have we got? Who have we got? Nidoran. Not quite what I was after. But hey, at least it'll be easier to catch. You're gonna have Poison Point. Just realized that was probably a little bit dangerous. I haven't checked any of my stats yet. I keep forgetting to do that. There we go. Nice easy catch for us. What should we call you? I have a name for you, I think. We're gonna call you Phosphate. Now, I'm not entirely sure where I can find a moonstone. Because obviously, all the items are randomized. So we might never get a Nidoking. Or we might get one very early on. Oh yes, one of the other very simple rules is Dupes Claus. Which means if on one of the other routes we, for instance, run into a Nidoran first, we won't have to count it as our encounter. Just so we don't end up with loads of Pokemon the same. Just makes our lives a little bit easier. So we have Jasper, Silicate, and Phosphate. Let's have a look at your... let's have a look at your stats. So Lax Nature, immunity to poison. So that's probably why you didn't get poison pointed. That's really good, actually. I think that's your normal ability. High attack, high speed, I like it. Scratch Leer. Sturdy. Yeah, in 3rd generation, Sturdy only negates one-hit KO moves. It doesn't stop you getting taken down in one hit. So it's only for things like Fissure. Hardy nature, low speed, high defense, high attack. That seems about right. Rock Thrower Mimic. Nice. So it does have Poison Point. Bold nature. About average stats. With Leer and Peck. Okay, and that will do it for the first episode of today. Thank you very much for watching. Please do the subscribble and the like and the ring of the bell if you'd like to see more of this. I hope to see you next time. Thank you very much, and goodbye.